Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to create this sort of color changing background here. It sort of changes from blue to red to green, then back to blue again, and every color in between, and it does it infinitely. Now, to do this today, we're going to be writing a bit of custom CSS, but don't let that put you off. Any CSS I write today I'll put below the video, and you can manipulate it and use it how you wish. So let's get started. If I refresh this page, it should go back to a normal non-background type section. There we go. So let's enable our visual builder. Once enabled, let's go down to our section, which is right here, the blue tab. Blue for a section, green for a row, and dark for a module. And let's go inside our section, because we're going to give this section the background. You can give it to a row or a module if you want to, that's entirely up to you, but I'm going to do it for the section. Now, the first thing we want to do to make this work is make sure there's no background color in there. So if there's a background color in there, just hover over it, hit the trash can, get rid of it. Make sure there's no gradient or anything else in there. Now what we're going to do is go over to our Advanced tab, and we're going to give this a CSS class. And here's the one I used earlier. I'll just get rid of that. You can call it whatever you want, but make it something that's going to make sense to you. So I'm going to say ANBK for animated background. So that's given this whole section a class of animated background now. So let's save that. And I'm going to go to my customizer. To get to the customizer, if you go to your dashboard, I've got my customizer open here. But if you don't know where it is, go to your dashboard, down to Divi, theme customizer, or it's in appearance and customize right there. Now I'm going to go down to additional CSS, because this is where we'll be writing our code today. And again, I'll put this code below the video, so don't worry too much about copying it while I'm doing it. Let's go to the page that we were working on, which was Supremes there. Okay, and we gave this section a class of ANBACK, animated background, or ANBK. So it's a class, so I need to put a dot or a period in front of it. Then the class name, AN-BK. And then let's open and close some curly brackets. Now, to make this work today, we've got to create an animation and we've got to give it a name. So let's give it animation dash name colon and the name that we want to give it. And again, I'm going to make this something simple. ABK for animated background semicolon. Okay, and how long do we want it to take? Well, let's work on that in a moment. Let's actually create our background here. So if we drop down another one from there, we can start creating what they call keyframes. And we give it the name, keyframes for ABK, which is our animation name there. Then we want to open and close some curly brackets. And we can start putting in our code. So let's say we want to start out with a blue background. I'm going to write 0%. So it's going to start as soon as it loads the page. Open and close some curly brackets. We're going to say background. Let's just make it blue. You can put hex colors in, whatever you want. I'm just trying to keep this simple today. So it's going to start off with a blue background. Then let's say we want it to go from blue to red. So let's just copy this one. And we'll say at 40% we want it to turn red. To make this work, we've got to give it a time. So let's make that red. And we'll copy that again. And let's say perhaps 75, and you can change these and obviously change the colors to what you want. We'll make 75%. Let's make that one green. And we want it to finish off, and we want it to finish off with the same color as we started with, or at least I do. So we'll copy this again, and we'll say 100% at the finish of the animation wants to be blue. So it'll do a sort of seamless color change there if we do that. Okay, and to make this work, we need to give it an animation duration time. So let's drop down from our top one here. We'll say animation dash duration, and let's give it 10 seconds, and let's just publish this and refresh the page. And as you can see, it's doing our little animation there. It's going to take 10 seconds and it's going to go back to normal. If I refresh again, starts off at blue, goes to red, green, then back to blue, and then it stops. But we don't want it to stop. You can tell it to do it however many times you want. For instance, animation iteration is the number of times that you actually want to do it. So it's iteration dash count colon, let's say 3 times, just for argument's sake, to demonstrate. We'll publish this and refresh the page. And it should go round 3 times. There's the first one. There's the second one. And here's the third one. So when it gets back to the blue, it should stop after the blue. And then back to no background. But we don't want it to stop, we want it to keep going and going. So instead of 3 times, I'm going to put infinite. And that'll make it go round and round and round and not stop. So again, we'll publish. And we'll just reload this page because it'll start on page load. And there we go, it's going round and round and round, and it shan't stop now. The other thing we can do, we can change the actual way it sort of gradiates from one to the other. One I like to use is ease in, ease out, and that's a transition timing function. And you've got various different ones you can use: ease, ease in, out, linear, etc. So it's transition timing function, and that's going to be ease dash in dash out, and that just changes the way it transitions from one to the other, and that's a nice little effect there. And I think I'll slow this down some. If you slow it down when it changes between the colors, you get all kind of different colors. So let's put that up to 15 perhaps. Let's publish this and just refresh the page. As you can see, between the red and the green there's a couple of different colors, and then the green to the blue, and then the blue back to the red. There'll sort of be purples and things in there. And there you have it. So once we've published, we can go back to our page. Let's exit our visual builder. And there we have it. There is our color changing background right there. And that'll start from page load and obviously go on and on. Now if you wanted to, you could give any section that class now and it would work on that section. For instance, if I go to the home page here, let's enable the visual builder. Let's take this section down below. We've got a gradient background on it at the moment. Let's go in there. And I'm going to go in, I'm going to take the background away. There it is right there. There we go, we've got no background in there now. And we can simply go and give it the class. So we go to the Advanced tab, give it that class that we created, which was and_back and -bk. And as you can see, it puts that colored background in there. And you can put that class on a section, you can put it on a row, you can put it on a module if you want to for a color changing background. Once you've got the class created, it's really easy. So there you have it. There is how to create an infinite color changing background using a bit of custom CSS. Like I say, change up your colors. You can do all kind of different things. I've kept mine fairly simple, but it's just to demonstrate that infinite effect. So I hope you've enjoyed that today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.